I was driving to my favorite mall as I passed by this giant building that said Starbucks Reserve Roastery. It's Saturday, first of all, and so I went to school on a Saturday because I'm almost done and I need to get ahead because I'm stressing out. Anyways, it is currently 3 o'clock, and when I went to Chicago 2 weeks ago, I saw that they had opened up like this fancy Starbucks, and then my sister actually told me that it is the largest Starbucks in the world. So we are gonna go ahead and drive down to Chicago and review the largest, did I say largest, Starbucks in the world. But first, we are gonna start out by reviewing a regular Starbucks that is literally right down the street from my hotel. So let's go ahead, caffeinate ×2, let's go. Also, I am wearing the same outfit that I wore 2 weeks ago, but that's because I have no clothes. Also, I am wearing the mini controversy palette on my eyes today, and I feel fierce. That was really lame, but I feel like really dope. Okay, so we just pulled up to the Starbucks. It looks pretty typical. Here is the basic Starbucks. Wow, so basic. So you know already what this Starbucks already offers. It has your basic seating area, and it has your regular coffee selection, and it has a merchandise section. So it's pretty basic, pretty normal. Okay, so I got my coffee, and it literally took like forever for me to get my coffee. Also, I got my favorite holiday snack, the holiday stuffed turkey panini. So I'm gonna order the same exact thing at the Starbucks in Chicago, and we shall see. We'll test out the comparison, see if anything's different, and if anything is more special because it came in a bag. Hot. I got so excited. My sandwich is falling apart. I told you guys I like snacks when I go on a long drive. Hey Siri, get me directions to Starbucks Reserve Roaster.
Getting directions to Starbucks Reserve.
Okay, so that's the Starbucks right there, and apparently there's a parade going on that I had no idea about, so can't cross the street. I'm on the wrong side of the street, first of all. Second of all, I guess those people that are back there have been sitting there since 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah, so the parade starts in like 25 minutes, so I'm just gonna stand here and just watch the parade because I drove all the way down here to go to that building. So, good thing I already got my Starbucks. I tried my best, being that it was cold outside, to go to that Starbucks. However, obviously you guys saw that the road was blocked, but I got to see a parade. So that was cool. So then I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try again. So I did. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I am here. I've made it. There is a line. Going pretty fast, I guess you could say. So thankfully it's moving, but I'm outside waiting to get in. Christian, your dream car. Okay, so we're very close to the inside. We're super close to the entrance, and I'm pretty pumped because I'm letting my white girl dreams come true. Also, like I said, this Starbucks is totally different than any other one. They roast a bunch of beans here. I'm gonna get roasted while I'm in there. Coffee connoisseurs are quaking. Whoa, reserved coffee. No thanks. Oh God, okay. We're going in. Okay, I'll call you back. Hi. Where am I? I I was thinking in my head, what is the point of having the world's largest Starbucks? Isn't it just like any other Starbucks? I mean, sure, Starbucks was founded in 1971. They opened it up across the street from Seattle's historic Pike's Place Market, and from there it's become a household name to everybody. Hell, in my hometown, there are 51 locations, all probably within a 20-minute driving distance. And in Chicago, they have 50 locations, all within a walking distance. So why did we need a bigger Starbucks? Fun fact, the name Starbucks came from the novel Moby Dick, and the logo of the siren came from Greek mythology because supposedly sirens used to lure sailors to a shipwreck, probably filled with coffee and tea. Hence, Starbucks, mermaid. You get the picture. Starbucks Reserve Roastery is basically a place where you go and you can get special types of coffees. They have specialty drinks like ice cream, cold brew. They just have a lot of different stuff that you don't get at your typical Starbucks. So it's basically your bougier version of a Starbucks if you are a coffee connoisseur. There are 5 other locations all over the world. You've got 2 in the United States and 3 others in Shanghai, Milano, and Tokyo. Now we have one in Chicago. So this location is actually bigger than their largest location. The location in China's square footage is only 30,000 square feet, whereas this one is 43,000 square feet. And let me tell you, I walked every foot of that place, and I'm so glad that I had 2 shots of espresso to get me through it, because man, I am tired. Also, the executive chairman said that he wanted to make this location to be the Willy Wonka of coffee. And boy, let me tell you, he done did that. At every other Starbucks Reserve locations, they do sell your traditional drinks, anywhere from a regular coffee to a cold brew to a white chocolate mocha, and of course your holiday drinks, right? But at this location, they have none of that. There are so many different things at this location, from multiple brewing methods to specialty drinks, specialty foods from an Italian baker, and a mixologist. They wanted this place to be an entertainment space, and it is definitely that. It is so different from your typical Starbucks where you just go in, order your favorite drink, and rush out and call it a day. You can spend hours in this place. And like I said, they serve only rare coffee, and they roast their beans on site and are predicted to produce 200,000 pounds per year. Like, this place, oh my God. And it might have been a little overwhelming for me, not gonna lie, just because there were so many people. And I mean, that's all gonna die down very soon because it opened literally 2 weeks ago. So I get it. It's gonna be packed. Cool, whatever. But let's go ahead and dive into what this place has to offer. I like don't even know where to start. So on the first floor when you walk in, they show basically an old school version of how they used to roast their coffee beans. So it's really cool. You see, you know, the different types of coffee beans that they use, like kind of the transformation that they go through, what they do when they're, you know, tossing them in and doing all that. So it's kind of like a performance that they're showing you. And then you have the reserve coffee bar where you can sit there, you can get, you know, your reserve coffee. You can also get pastries from the Italian baker that they have in there. And then of course they have your typical gift shop. As you make your way up to the second floor, you take a curved like escalator, which is really cool. It said that it's the first one that they have made in the Midwest. So I was like, cool, never done this before. And as you're going up, you actually are curving around this giant cast. The way that they made this cast was to represent an hourglass, whereas the coffee beans that are traveling through the entire building are meant to act as the sand, cascading from the top to the bottom and so on and so forth. So this thing is beautiful. This whole building is just so aesthetically pleasing. I understand why they did it. Like, the amount of Instagram pictures I saw being taken in there, boy, if you want a cool ass Instagram picture, you gotta go here. Once you're on the second floor, this is where they have the Princi Bakery. This bakery serves authentic Italian food, And of course, they also have a cafe. So I didn't spend too much time in this area, mainly because the line when I first got there was super long. And to be quite frank, I wasn't very hungry. So, but I did see the food. They had pizza, they had pasta, they had salad. They had a lot of food. Like literally, it was like a restaurant. Like, whoa, oh my God. Then when you make it up to the 3rd floor, they have my favorite place, was the experiential bar. You see the bar and you see all these different types of contraptions and the way that they're brewing things and making things. Like on one side you have a bunch of like siphons and these weird like beakers and stuff, like funneling coffee through and through, and then on the other side you have like this liquid nitrogen machine just like taking sweet cream and turning it into ice cream. I was amazed. So that's when I ordered a affogato, I believe is what it's called, and I got it, and it came with 2 shots of espresso, and it was delicious. Except for the fact it took me like an hour to get it, and then it took me another 20 minutes just to find somewhere to sit. This place is hectic. Also, this ice cream is delicious. And I'm laughing because I'm just watching everybody like waiting in line. I finished that boy very quickly because 1, I love ice cream, and 2, it made my espresso sweet and I was all about it. They definitely managed to bring the science to their coffee, which that's what they were going for. So then you go up to the 4th floor and they have, when you walk in, they have a freaking cocktail bar, which I was like, oh my goodness. This is definitely a place where you need to go and you spend time here. Like you can, this is I know, a place for kids. There was kids everywhere. This is a place for the adults, okay? So I'm just putting that out there. This is a place for adults. You can actually plan an event ahead where you can actually reserve an area and they give you this full experience. But you can also walk in and actually get your name on a waiting list, and they will seat you in an area and you can order drinks and stuff and do all this kind of cool stuff. But on that floor, they also have something that I didn't even know existed. They have barrel-aged coffee. I mean, they put green coffee beans inside of a barrel and age it. They hand rotate the barrels, and I guess supposedly the barrels are supposed to give the beans an unpredicted flavor because the beans like absorb the flavors from the wood, kind of how they would do it in whiskey or wine, which I think is really cool. Like this place, if I'm telling you, if you are a coffee connoisseur, this is a place where you can go and get your fix. Like I said earlier, like all the coffee connoisseurs are quaking because this place is just freaking cool. So they also have a 5th floor where you can go up, and it actually takes you to a roof terrace. However, they had it closed just because I'm assuming it was too cold outside, but like it really wasn't. I'm sure people would have been like suffering through it because it would have served for some great Instagram pics. So overall, this place was really, really freaking cool. I was just in awe the entire time. A lot of times, like, I do feel like if you're gonna go to this place, I would wait because this place is popping right now. And there was a lot of people there and I was just very overwhelmed, and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. If you're gonna go now, make sure that you have a group with you. Don't go alone like the loser that's telling you about this, because that way you can have someone save you some seats as well as someone in line purchasing these things. Also, they have unisex bathrooms. So I wanted to do a quick review of the bathrooms. The bathrooms are unisex. They have a set of bathrooms on each floor, I think except for the 1st floor. Also, I know I need to fix my lipstick, but like I wanted to do this for you guys. But oh my God, the bathrooms are so nice. You can go in and you have your own privacy, which I think is very awesome because although, you know, every person, you know, nowadays, you know, whether you identify or you don't, you feel safe going to the bathroom, I guess. I don't know. I'm not cultured, okay? I'm not. I just know that that's freaking cool, okay? Yeah, so that was my take on, you know, the Starbucks. I don't think that if you're gonna try and run in and get a reserved coffee that you should just do it on a whim, because I was there for like 2 hours just walking up and down each floor, waiting in line to get in and waiting in line to get some ice cream. Like, if you're gonna go, you definitely need to make a day out of it. I would recommend that you park a little bit farther out in the area if you do decide to drive. If you do take the train, it's not too far from the train station. I have walked many times from the train station to this area. It's definitely worth it. I think if you guys want to have this experience and say that you've been to the world's largest Starbucks, you want to fulfill your white girl dreams, then please, by all means, go ahead and do so. But that's all I have. I came, I saw, I conquered, and I'm putting this out here for you guys. So other than that, I am signing off, tuning out. Okay, bye.